Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. 2023 has been a massive hit and miss for a lot of major game releases, with some truly phenomenal highs and some outrageously pathetic lows. Already only within the first half of the year, but there is one developer that has been consistently grinding and churning out high quality titles each release since 1996, and of course I'm talking about this channel's favorite developer, Kairosoft. These games never miss. Kairosoft have already released some fantastic games this year so far with Zoo Park Story and the most recent, Dreamtown Island. We have also recently been teased about an upcoming coffee shop management sim and a future monster mining title. But what is upcoming on the horizon next for Kairosoft and beyond? Today, we are looking at the top 5 next Kairosoft game ideas that I would love to see. This is just my personal list, so if you would like to let me know in the comments what you think about the ideas, please go ahead. And if you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing, as I'll also be making a second follow-up video ranking the top 5 picks of Kairosoft's Reddit's ideas. Be sure to join the community if you haven't already. Number 5. Nightclub Story. Gyrating into the 5th position of today's list is Nightclub Story, the premier dance floor customization game. Nightclub Story would be a bar/club management simulator where you're in charge of laying out the hottest nightclub out, attracting customers in to have drinks with their friends and to dance on your very own custom disco floor. This title has the potential to have a really colourful and diverse colour palette, incorporating themes of neon and cyberpunk to provide that nightclub feel. Outside of being able to customize and design the building layout, at the bar scene you could discover and make your very own cocktails and other drinks for patrons to have. This game would offer an interesting blend of managing both the building layout to attract new customers in and having you manage the workers serving food and alcohol to the guests. I'm not really sure if Kairosoft is restricted to making children-friendly games, but for the most part they haven't really delved into a game topic like this. So if required to keep it more family friendly, the cocktail aspect could easily be replaced with custom soda making, such as making sprites, mocktails and other drinks, and some of the more adult features could be replaced with a gaming bar/just general dance club theme. The yearly competition could be pretty interesting too. It could either be a drink review competition held by a drink association, or even a national dance floor competition. In both instances, your dance floor and drinks will be judged. No matter which exact playstyle is incorporated into the game, I think it would bring to the table a very fresh insight into a drink-making profession game, while also managing fun social activity components such as dance floors, indoor skating rinks, and gaming consoles, with a really cool neon and disco aesthetic. Number 4. Kairosoft Dream World. For my 4th global entry, I actually have a story inspiration behind this pick. I recall seeing a post about a joke Kairosoft theme park that was actually opening in the real world, but really distantly in the future. But despite being a prank, this is actually what led to the inspiration behind a unique idea for a Kairosoft game, namely Kairosoft's Dream World. Kairosoft's Dream World is definitely the most ambitious title on the list today, as I am penning it to be the penultimate Kairosoft experience, expanding Dreamtown Island's gameplay to a global scale. The way I imagine this game would work is you have multiple stores to manage in different unique countries throughout the globe, and in each of these countries is a store that is a reference to previous titles or even new ones, with similar gameplay. For example, in the Australian region of the game, you'll be in charge of managing a game similar to Zoo Park Story, while in the Japan region of the game, you'll be in charge of managing a hot springs resort similar to Hot Springs Story. And another example could be a German region which has a car racing team that you have to manage to win a Grand Prix, similar to Grand Prix Story. While I know this is easily the most ambitious and unrealistic entry on today's list, I imagine this would truly be a next-generation Kairosoft experience, blending in multiple gameplay styles that can interconnect with each other. An example of a great way to interlock and mesh these stories could be when the German region wins their Grand Prix. After they've secured the W, they can next travel to Japan and relax at the Hot Springs Resort, allowing staff and teams from other regions to directly interact with the other staff. Who knows what is possible with the future of Kairosoft? This could one day be a reality with how diverse and impressive Dreamtown Island is. Number 3. Jewelry Store Story. Grading the number 3 result, we have Jewelry Store Story coming in with a perfect, flawless grade result. Jewelry Store Story could be a really unique way to introduce collecting and discovering new types of gemstones and crystals which can be sold within a store that you can customize. Kairosoft's pixel art is gorgeous and could be a fantastic means to showcase a game with a collectathon theme, to gather and collect as many gemstones, precious stones and other jewelry as possible, and manage the store itself. I imagine this game would be similar to most store simulators such as Pocket Clothier and Cafeteria Nipponica, allowing you to customize the stores to your liking and carefully curate your own gemstone and jewelry catalog. The yearly contest for this game could be a national ranking of the most valuable gemstone owned by a specific store, with your task to continually scout out and bargain for the largest diamond or other valuable resource to show to the world in this competition. Kairosoft have recently shown a very brief teaser image of a dungeon monster mining game which they have coming up soon, but I think Jewelry Store Story could still work on its own, as it would focus more on collecting and discovering as many unique gemstones and materials as possible, selling them in the store which you can customize, and scouting out valuable treasure and having them graded for the perfect cut, rather than mining them in the actual mines themselves and focusing on combat and fighting monsters, which seems to be the theme of the new title. I think this game has a lot of potential, and it would be super cool to see Kairosoft's creativity shining with the creation of beautiful gemstone pixel art, which could potentially be one of the prettiest aesthetics and feel in a Kairosoft game entirely. Number 2, Candy Store Story. Coming up next, right into the sweet spot, is Candy Store Story, a game about managing some kind of candy or lolly shop business. I imagine that this game would initially take place in a very small lolly warehouse, where you are in charge of discovering new lollies, chocolates, and other sweets to sell to customers. As you progress through the game, you will unlock and discover lots of candy and chocolate making machines, eventually allowing you to create and customize a huge gigantic warehouse to look as impressive as Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. This title would be a really charming way to introduce cooking and making candy recipes similar to other cafe games like Bon Bon Cakery, while allowing you to create a huge customizable warehouse that will give each customer an unforgettable journey through chocolate rivers, candy bridges, and giant lolly dispensing machines. This game idea is truly one that has limitless creative potential. Just think back about how unique the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was, and that was just one group of kids that had won golden tickets to go for a day trip. This game would task you with filling the Oompa Loompa shoes of bringing in continuous repeating customers day after day and new customers, giving them that same new excitement every single time. The yearly competition could be a standard #1 store award, or it could be something unique to this title, such as a candy eating competition, where you have to train up your best staff member to go absolutely bananas in a chocolate eating competition. Number 1, Gym Store Story. And here we are at the #1 position. My personal most wanted Kairosoft game is a Gym Store Story game. Gym Store Story would, in my opinion, be a fantastic management game that Kairosoft is yet to make. The game would be similar to existing sports genre games, but with the unique main twist being that the sport is actually performed within the facility itself, rather than traveling to other locations such as distant soccer fields, baseball fields, or boxing rings. I imagine this game would play pretty similar to Hot Spring Story crossed with a bunch of sports titles such as Grand Prix Story or Boxing Story, combining the best features of these games. The features of this game including the awesome customization and layout potential introduced in Hot Spring Story, allowing you to continually unlock new weight and cardio machines to add to your gym, add in new facilities such as saunas, pools, and calisthenic bars, while also adding other services such as vending machines, food stores, and supplement counters. I think this game in particular would look pretty unique, with so many layout objects such as fans, air conditioning areas, and mirrors for the customers to look at themselves in. This game would introduce a unique new mirror panel that can be used on the gym walls, and the characters would occasionally do their reps in front of the mirror, seeing their reflection. There is so much potential for having your staff slowly level up and progress each individual person that comes in. They could all start with low personal bests on weight cardio machines and other gym routines, and over time develop incredible personal results. Each gym Patreon could also have their own personal goal that they are aiming for, such as building more muscle and having their figure over time become slightly more toned and muscular, or having characters lose weight and slim down. A really unique event that each individual character could have a chance of activating every time they enter the gym would be a personal best record attempt. They will push their body to the limit to try to get a new personal best on a certain exercise like bench press, dumbbell curls, or even deadlifts, and have a chance to either pass or fail. The gym Patreon management potential of this game is so immense, not to mention how great the game will be when throwing in Kairosoft quirks such as recurring characters, equipment combos, and of course, auras. I couldn't think of a more fitting scenario for an aura to be activated and utilized. A character with a blazing aura hitting their max PB would be peak Kairosoft gameplay. At the end of each year, the gym could host a strongman competition, showing off their most yoked gym members going to town flexing their gains from the last year, trying to get placed #1 spot in a national and eventually global competition. I just think it would be so hilarious and creative to see all of these super unique characters that we've already seen and loved pushed to their limit, maxing out their body, going absolutely crazy on the bench press. Can you imagine a super ripped Kairobot tearing up the squat rack and maxing out the treadmills? I mean, that guy is quite literally built different. I always knew that Kairobot would be good at cardio. Honestly, I can make an entire video alone on this idea, which I may potentially do in the future to flesh out these ideas, but for the sake of this video, this is my penultimate Kairosoft game idea. I would love to play a game like this, and hopefully one day Kairosoft might consider making a game similar to it. Thank you so much for checking out my video on my personal top 5 ideas for new Kairosoft games. If you enjoy the video, consider liking the video, commenting, and subscribing for more Kairosoft and general game review videos. I am looking to make a follow-up video to this entry showcasing Kairosoft's community Reddit picks of the top 5 suggestions as well. So be sure to join the Kairosoft Reddit and keep a keen eye out for my thread collecting user submissions for their votes. You might even see your very own suggestion in the next video highlighted. If you would like to see more Kairosoft reviews, feel free to check out my other Kairosoft reviews playlist, as I am currently working through reviewing every single Kairosoft title, and I am loving all the videos I made so far. As always, I will catch you later, and I'll see you in the next video.